Hello, I'm Dr. Vana Nespor. I'm the Chief Learning Officer for the American Women's College Online and the one-day-a-week college on Saturdays. I started the program. In 1999, I brought it to Bay Path University. We started with 80 students, and it grew and grew. I was so impressed with the power of that program to help women that I felt that it was something we had to do, both online and on ground, throughout Massachusetts and across the United States. And I was privileged that Bay Path allowed me to help build those campuses as well as that online campus. My purpose today is to share with you why and what makes up a college degree and why certain courses are so important. First of all, when the United States was formed and the first true college was designed specifically to create leaders in the United States, the University of Virginia, the President Jefferson at the time, his concept was that he wanted to do the very best, find the very best models he could. He looked to France and he looked to Germany. Germany had a very prestigious system of charting students and examining students at a very young age, sometimes in the 4th grade, and then channeling them in one direction into physics or into medicine or into a different field. The French, on the other hand, they felt that a bachelor's degree to get a leader should be totally about learning history, learning your literature, learning how to make a good argument to defend your liberty. As you know, the French struggled a great deal. The Germans turned out extraordinary leaders in a particular field of study, in sciences. At the time, they were at the epitome of scientific thought in the world, at least in the Western world. So what happened was Jefferson looked at these two and said, we need leaders who can protect our democracy, who can lead our people, who can rally people, who can argue well, who can write well, who can think critically. But we also need people who can lead our businesses and our schools, that have professions, that because we're a young country and we need to grow. So what he did was he took 60% of the curriculum and he said, this is about leadership, this is about communication, this is about our history and our sciences. It's going to help you defend our country and be a leader in it. But 40% of this curriculum is going to be devoted to a major, and that major is going to be in the field that's going to make a real difference in their careers and help boost our industry and boost our economy and make us a nation among nations, the first perhaps in the whole world. That was his concept, and it informed every single program that was developed, every degree, every college since then. But in the 80s, and I was part of it, it used to be that every single course that you took in a college was lined out for you, you had no choice. And there was a great outcry in the 60s and the 70s and in the early 80s about that we should have choice. So the leaders at colleges and universities carved out a section they called electives. And you've seen those on your list of courses that you can take. The thinking was that electives would allow people to explore and choose really cool things they'd never tried. But it didn't happen. They chose to take more of their major. So if they were in education, they took more education courses. If they were in business, they took more business courses. And what happened is that whole concept has flipped. Now 60% of the curriculum most students take is in their field, and only 40% is actually in what we call the core or leadership area. But Bay Path felt strongly. They didn't want to take that elective away, but they wanted to be sure that you had the strongest core to make you the strongest leader possible. And so they created the Women Empowered as Learners and Leaders 3 courses that focus our women on becoming the kind of leaders who can make a difference. They insisted on history and science and literature, and every single course that they chose specifically was designed to make you a more articulate, more powerful leader. That's what your degree is, a pay path. That's why you take these courses. That's why they're so important. Thank you.